This video is sponsored by me, the owner of the official Strange Aeons living room button factory. Every single one of these lovely buttons is made by hand, right here, with this very button machine. You take a little non-binary Thursday pride flag, you put it right there.
Wow!
And there he is. So head on over to the Shopify link in the description below, and you can grab some of these beautiful cursed creations for yourself and be the envy of all of your family and friends.
Hello friends. Welcome back to another video. So if you saw my last video about fanfiction, not my last video, the video before my most recent video, that video, long Furby fanfiction, right? Actually rewind even farther before that. People messaged me on Tumblr a couple times like, hey, have you heard of the Strange Aeons X Classically Abby fanfiction? And I was like, sure have now, while I was looking through Wattpad for long Furby fanfictions that I read in that video. Go check out that video if you haven't seen it. I know a lot of you haven't. It doesn't have that many views. So while I was looking through Wattpad for that video, I did come across the one and only, the legendary, I hope there's only one, God, Classically Abby X Strange Aeons fanfiction. I didn't read it. I mentioned kind of jokingly at the end of the long Furby fanfiction video, like, hey, anyone want to read this for me and confirm that it's satire? Because I am afraid. Thank you to everyone who has since slid into my Tumblr asks to let me know that it is in fact good and funny, and I should read it. I have never read it before, besides the little Spark Notes versions that some of you guys gave me. It's quite short. It seems like something that we can get through in one fun little sitting here together. It's called Always You, Strange Aeons X Classically Abby. Tia does YouTube for her career. Abby is a modest woman. However, they seem to be drawn to each other for one reason or another. Not only that, but they keep running into each other as well. Is this the start of something magical? And the cover art does not seem to feature me or Classically Abby. It's just one, like, I haven't seen this one in particular before, I don't think, but it's one of those, like, reclaimed tradwife versus leftist wench thing. Like, we've been through this in detail in my Not Like Other Girls video. This is advanced level Strange Aeons content here, this video. You gotta watch like 10 other ones to have any idea what's going on. Okay, we're gonna move on to chapter 1. There was something about her. She wasn't like me at all. I guess this is Abby's point of view. I hate this. I thought I was ready and then it just dawned on me what. There was something about her. She wasn't like me at all, and maybe that was part of the appeal. She was like AOC, but not at all. It's a great description of me. We're gonna read this without commenting for like one sentence. Okay, let's go. She was a strong woman with a beautiful voice. She was really everything I wasn't. We were separated by beliefs, by borders, and by many other things. Abby was so out of my reach. Oh, this is my point of view. Oh no. Okay. The moment she came to the amazing country of Canada, everything changed. I had walked Thursday, my son the long Furby, on my shoulders towards the nearest Tim Hortons to grab some coffee for Thursday and me. This is not, I fucking hate Tim Hortons. The bell above the door rang as I walked in. The barista looked up and gave me a little wave. Honestly, Tim Hortons is so uncultured, I don't even think they call them baristas. I think that's a stretch. So I wave at the barista. I'm friends with the barista, okay? In front of me was a long line of people winding almost out of the shop. It was no surprise considering the barista was in fact, period, Cindy question. She also did YouTube and ran a successful tattoo shop and apparently came to Canada in order to be a barista. I mean, with the way America's going these days, completely valid. Okay, my BFF Cindy the barista. Gotta get back in character as me. Then I saw her. She was taking her non-caffeinated hot beverage from the barista/YouTuber's hands, her hair delicately curled and resting on her shoulders. A stunning plain black turtleneck sweater and plaid skirt with 2-inch black heels. She looked like a model. Her smile is big and bright as she thanked Cindy and walked off. She accidentally bumped into me as she went to exit the door, and I went to open it for her. She smiled and mouthed thank you before continuing out of the shop. Something shiny was caught on Thursday's fur. I grabbed it. An earring! It was classy! Don't you mean it was classic? And dangly, and definitely belonged to her. I turned and ran out the door, and my eyes scanned the area. How is she already gone? Oh, it's like a Cinderella type of thing. I gotta find the classic woman whose classic earring got caught on my long Furby's fur in Tim Hortons. This is art. I sighed in defeat and slipped the earring into the chest pocket of my cloak. Why am I wearing a cloak? Fuck yeah, I'm wearing a cloak to Tim Hortons. My winter jacket kind of does look like a cloak. So like that's understandable if this description is inspired by my recent Instagram posts or anything like that. I do look like an unhinged person who just runs around in a cloak. This is like the first valid assumption you've made about my life. How would I ever find her again? She did look familiar though. Maybe I had seen her around town. Whatever it was, I was determined to find her again and return this super cute earring. The line moved along quickly, and soon I was at the counter. Cindy looked at Thursday and me with a smile. I just realized I live very close to a Tim Hortons. Like, if I walk out of my front door, you can walk about 30 seconds and there's a Tim Hortons, and I'm picturing all of this taking place in that Tim Hortons, and that makes me hate it so much more. This is so bad. This is so bad. Oh. Hey, Strange. Your usual? Cindy asked. Why does Cindy talk to me like every automated scam email? Yeah, I answered sadly. What's up? Why so gloomy? Cindy asked, going to make me my hot beverage of choice. Thanks, Cindy. None of the beverages are my hot beverage of choice at Tim Hortons, but go off, I guess. Okay, so I've decided I take back this statement, actually. There is a very specific, like, nostalgic for childhood field trips mood where a Tim Hortons hot chocolate is very acceptable, if not necessary. There was this girl in here a while back, and her earring got caught on Thursday. Oh, you mean Abby? My ears perked at the name. Is that why she sounded so familiar? You don't mean that was Abby Classic, do you? The one and only. She has a course on modest women's fashion this week in Toronto. She comes in every day to order her non-caffeinated hot beverage. This definitely meant that I would be seeing her again. I took my hot beverage and waved goodbye to Cindy as I left the shop. Thursday was sipping on his own drink, which was black coffee. With what hands? All of your everyone's fanfictions just out here giving Furbies the ability to hold things. With what hands? Is he coiled around it? It's like, is it levitating in front of him with his psychic powers? I need to know how a Furby holds a caffeinated hot beverage. Anyway, Thursday was sipping on his own drink, which was black coffee. Like the souls he would normally consume. I guess I was going to her course. Oh shit. When I got home, I hurried to my computer to see that her course was all sold out. No, this couldn't stop me from seeing her again. I had to find another way. Could I break in? That wasn't a half bad idea. This is again, an inaccurate portrait of my psyche. I would already have a fleshed out heist plan by this point. I spent the rest of the morning and well into the evening planning my perfect disguise to get into Abby's show. I tried on a security guard outfit, chef, newspaper reporter, but I settled on disguising myself as one of the models instead. Okay, it would be perfect. No one would ever guess it's me. I put on a long blonde wig and took out my piercings and stuff. I put on a nice cream colored sweater and dark jeans. Perfect. Do I look classic? Should I take my plugs out? Is this scarier? Anyway, I put on a nice cream-colored sweater and dark jeans. I left my place and cycled my way over to the convention center where classically Abby was holding her course. It was packed, no surprise, and I went up to the security guard, which was Cindy again. Cindy is just like a really convenient, helpful eldritch demon who just does every role that would help her get me anywhere or give me any exposition. Oh, Strange. I didn't know you were part of the show, she exclaimed. So she's there and could let me in regardless, but she falls for my disguise anyway. You look really nice. Anyways, head on in, stage is to your left. I entered the center and held the earring in my hand. This was it. I was going to see her again and hand her back the earring. When I got backstage, a very tall, thin woman came up to me. She kind of looked like a snake. It was Charlotte. Where's her head? She's very long. It's hard to tell. Oh, my dear, the show was about to begin, she said and ushered me towards the stage. Wait, no, I protested as she pushed me out onto the stage. I stumbled and fell onto my knees as I went through the curtains. Oh my god. Charlotte, why would you do this to me? Are you all right? A soft voice asked. It's gonna be classically Abby. I looked up. It was another contestant, and she was a blonde woman wearing a pink and white striped blazer. I'm okay, thank you, I said, standing up. I'm Kristen, the woman. Wait, no, she's in this. Wait, Kristen is in this too. No, it's one of the Girl Defined girls. It's Girl Defined Kristen. They didn't also write my girlfriend, who is also named Kristen, into this. That would be where I would draw the line. That I was about to get mad that nobody warned me about that. But no, okay, it's just Girl Defined Kristen. We're safe. So you're on the panel today too, huh? I looked to see a panel set up of multiple women in the center. It was Abby. I looked back at Kristen. Yeah, I'm Bethany, I said, picking a random name. Oh, Bethany, my sister has the same name, she said, and led me over to the panel. So I'm undercover as a classic woman named Bethany, and I'm hanging out with Kristen from Girl Defined and Classically Abby on a panel about modest women's fashion, and all I needed to do was put on an ice cream colored shirt. Wow, I should do this in real life sometime. Continue reading. Next part. I am on the edge of my seat. Oh wait, I should read some comments. You know, I came here because of the Long Furby fanfiction video, and now I'm legitimately intrigued by the person who was able to come up with this. Like, how and why? The person who found this before yesterday's video came out, I'm concerned for you. Okay, so a lot of people did come to this because I briefly mentioned it in my video. Chapter 2 is still from my point of view. Okay, another thing, nobody warned me this was going to be from my point of view, but okay, I guess nobody in the world is more qualified to narrate this and give you notes about my Tim Hortons preferences, but I still, this is my, Tia does YouTube for her career. Okay, so here I was on a modest women's panel, out of my element. I just wanted to give Abby her earring back. Was it too late? I walked towards Abby. She now wore a stunning wine purple jumpsuit with her hair still curled and resting on her shoulders. Her smile was radiant as ever. I just wanted to walk over and offer back her earring like Prince Charming offering Cinderella her glass slipper. My trance was broken. And people started to shuffle into the center. It's just not an option for me to just like go up to maybe her and be like, yo, here's my earring, I'm gonna leave now. I'm just like, I'm in it, I'm fully committed to my role. They think I'm a classic woman, so I gotta give them a classic woman. I gulped and Kristen started to notice I was nervous and smiled. It'll be okay. Is this your first time on a Classically Abby panel? She asked. I nodded. Yeah. Feeling out of my comfort zone with this one, I admitted. Well, you got thus far. Afterwards, everyone on this panel is going to grab dinner. You should join us. Oh, maybe. Soon the center was packed, a full house, and Abby stood up from the panel with a microphone in hand. As the crowd cheered, she waved and waited for the cheers to die down. Hello, Toronto. It's so nice to be here with you all. I'm like literally hearing it in these people's voices. I hate this so much, but I kind of love it. This is really entertaining. I'm Abby Classic, and today, along with several other wonderful ladies, we will be providing fashion tips for fun looks while still being modest. We have several special guests here to speak with me. We have Karen, Debbie, Hannah, Kristen. I don't know if these are all supposed to be like classic women public figures. I only know the Girl Defied girls. Oh wait, and another one. Question mark. Abby looked at where I sat, seemingly confused as to who I was. I wasn't supposed to be here. I'm Bethany Charity, I said. This whole thing was too weird, too strange. Of all of the women on the panel, I was dressed the most plainly. Each woman stood up to show off their outfits. Abby looked the prettiest in my opinion. Why was I so spellbound by her? This was what made her not leave my mind. I sort of knew her. My YouTube audience had been requesting so often that I should cover her content. Accurate. It was my turn to stand up, and I did. Now Bethany here has a plainer look, but still modest and cute. The sweater and jeans, an easy choice for fall fashion, of course, Abby said, walking over to me. She smelt of sweet vanilla and lavender. I tensed up at her being so close to me. Her hair, you better fucking be adding these typos for comedic effect, I swear to God. Her hand brushing my shoulders as she talked about the lame outfit I threw together. It felt unreal. I couldn't make a video trash talking her. She wasn't so bad after all. She complimented my cream-colored sweater. I felt lightheaded sitting back down. Wow, she really had an extreme effect on me. You said you're Bethany Charity, right? Abby asked with a smile. I was starstruck and brought the earring out of my bag. This belongs to you. Abby took the earring and her brow furrowed. Oh, weird. I was missing this earring, but I wasn't wearing them tonight. Where did you find it? I was sweating. Maybe it fell out of your bag? Maybe. Well, thank you for returning it to me. Are you coming to dinner with us? I nodded. Of course. I actually rode my bike here. Could I grab a ride if the place is far away? Abby smiled. We're actually going in a limo, so none needed. Oh my god, a limo ride with Classically Abby? How romantic. And like one of the Girl Defied girls and a bunch of other possibly real or possibly made up classic women. I was kind of hoping to get some alone time with Abby, but I guess not. A shame, really. I frowned and nodded. The ladies and I walked out of the center and into the limo. I was glad I gave her her earring back, but now I was stuck going to dinner with all of these ladies. Where are we going to eat? I asked. The Garfield Cafe. Not Garfield Eats. I love how my name is strange. Her name is Abby Classic and Garfield Eats is the Garfield Cafe. I'm actually getting really toasty in this, so I'm sorry, but I have to get out of character a little bit and reveal my much spicier outfit. We got to the Garfield Cafe, and I slunk behind the rest of the group as they entered. We all ended up sharing a Garfield pizza. At what table is my question, because Garfield eats didn't have any of those. If you're stumbling across this video, if this video popped up in your recommended and you have no idea who I am or the ridiculous shit I cover on my channel, I'm just realizing how many layers of lore you have to know at this point. So I pulled up a Garfield-themed chair and sat by Abby. The way she ate was so elegant. She just used a fork to cut her pizza in order not to stain her pretty classy jumpsuit. The pizza was as good as I remembered. Several of the ladies, including myself, got Garfuccinos. They were delicious. Oh, you know, just drinking my Garfuccino at the Garfield Cafe with my crush, Abby Classic. After the pizza was gone, most of the ladies decided to leave, which left Abby and I alone. She had a cute smirk on her face. What? I asked. You're not really Bethany Charity, are you? She asked. I shook my head no. I reached up, removed my blonde wig, showing off my black hair. Do I have a blonde wig? I do, but I'm not getting it out. That's too far. I need to restrain myself. Okay. She looked at me curiously. My name is actually Strange. And you ran into me at the coffee shop this morning and your earring got caught on the fur of my Furby Thursday, I explained, looking down at the ground. I didn't mean to crash your panel like I did. Ooh, whoa. Abby laughed. Oh, the coffee shop this morning? I remember you. The little guy on your shoulders was adorable. Very long. That's kind of his thing. Well, thank you for returning my earring to me. Don't worry, I'm not too mad about you crashing my panel. You blended in just fine. I smiled at her shyly. Well, since you had biked to the convention center, let me give you a ride home. She and I laughed and left the cafe together and climbed into the limo. Not even mad that I was impersonating Bethany Charity this entire time. I love that the little summary blurb is like Tia, and then my name is Strange throughout this entire thing. There was this article I came across once that was from a famous birthdays type website of celebrity facts, and it was completely nonsensical and called me he the entire time. And one of the lines was just a fun fact that you don't know about him is that his real name is Strange Aeons. We arrived at my place and I left the limo, waving goodbye. Suddenly, it started to downpour. Strange, wait, Abby called out, running from the limo into the rain. You almost forgot your wig. I took it from her hands, her eyes meeting mine. I don't know what in me caused me to step forward and press my lips to hers. With the rain pouring down on us like this, I could feel her stiffen up and pull away. I felt embarrassed. Oh my goodness, she said. I'm sorry. If you thought I was into you this whole time, I'm not into women. Not to mention I'm married. I felt my heart break in that moment. Oh fuck. Abby laughed. I'm just kidding. Imagine that. She pulled me close into another warm embrace and a soft kiss. My head felt light and like my world was spinning. We broke apart and I went into my place, now soaking. We had to say goodbye and she had left to go back to her hotel room. We had exchanged numbers and planned to meet up for breakfast in the morning. Imagine that. Just this morning, I ran into her in a coffee shop. Tim Hortons is not a cute coffee shop meet cute. I feel like Americans don't understand how gross Tim Hortons is. And I didn't even realize that she was the Abby Classic. And now we shared a tender movie scene kiss in the pouring rain. Someone looks happy, Thursday chirped, reading the classic Catcher in the Rye. Wait, so I walk into my house, having shared a romantic kiss in the rain with the Abby Classic, and Thursday is just sitting on the couch reading Catcher in the Rye. I've never even read Catcher in the Rye. Okay, this is normal. This is okay. Yeah, this is normal. This is cool. I nodded. I returned the earring to Abby, and we have breakfast scheduled for tomorrow. That's a really sparing description of what you did today. Alternate universe fanfiction me? Thursday floated towards me and rested on my shoulders. Very good. Now I must rest. Let us venture to the bedroom. I went to my room and rested Thursday in his large dog bed by my own bed. I fell back onto my sheets happily. Everything seemed to be going so well. Thursday has his own little dog bed. That's so cute. I love that he's just fully a sentient character in this. This is kind of really well done and I absolutely love it even though I hate it so much. Oh my fucking god. Breakfast was great, and we had several other dates in the month that she was staying here, but soon it was time for her to leave. I had brought her to the airport, and she held my hands in hers. Strange, come with me, she said. I know America is probably not your first choice. It's not. But we can have a wonderful life there together with Thursday. I bit my lip and nodded. What the heck? Abby smiled and pulled me into a hug and got down on one knee. Well, considering you don't have a visa, and it would make the most sense to get married. So, Strange Aeons, will you marry me? The whole airport was looking at us. Everyone was anxiously waiting for my response. I of course knew my answer. I was smiling widely and nodded, Abby, and then it cuts off and you have to go to the next chapter. Oh my god, cliffhanger. That's crazy. This is the last chapter. A loud scream jolted me from my sleep. I looked around my room to see everything was in place. Thursday was propped up in a chair and not talking. I did not have a ring on my finger, and furthermore, I was not in America. I sighed and grabbed my phone from my night desk. Wait, so how much of that is real? Am I waking up the day of our breakfast date, or did none of it happen? Was all in my dreams? I sighed and grabbed my phone from my night desk. Bold of you to assume I have a night desk and don't just sleep with my phone in my bed like a creature. All those requests to talk about Abby seemed to fuel my mind with some strange thoughts. I laughed and got up from my bed and over to my desk. Bold of you to assume I have a desk and don't work on my computer in my bed like a creature. Well, I guess this dream was assigned to make a video about Abby after all. I mean, I guess it came true. Who screamed though? That was strange. I left my room and went to the living room to see my roommate Cindy doing a book review. She looked up at me. Oh, hello, Strange. Sleep well? Sorry if I woke you. I'm talking about fairies fucking. Who is Cindy? If Cindy is a real person, I feel like we've been through something together even though I don't even know who she is. I had the strangest dream where me and Classically Abby were dating or something, so her name is Classically Abby in the real world and Abby Classic in the dream world. Got it. Cindy laughed nervously and looked to a tab on her computer. Was open to Wattpad drafts of a fanfic of her roommate and the modest classic YouTuber. Wait, so the fanfiction exists in real life, but I also had a dream about it in the fanfiction? But also this is real life and the fanfiction? What the fuck is going on here? That is weird, but it's a dream. So, yeah, I said, anyways, I'm going to record the video after all. Cindy nodded. And I'm sitting here, I'm recording the video right now. What is reality? What is real? What is fake? What is fan fiction? What is a dream? I think I'm just traveling through space and time right now. Time to put myself through her videos. I checked my email. Oh, a sponsorship with Function of Beauty. I would definitely accept that. My hair feels and looks great using their products. Not sponsored. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on right now? Imagine if I segued into a Function of Beauty sponsorship right now. Fucking imagine. Well, I was glad to know that I was in fact just dreaming. I went on Twitter and looked at my Twitter DMs and then to my business email. There was one that caught my eye. It was from a person named Abby Classic. Wait, so Classically Abby and Abby Classic are two different people who both exist? And Abby Classic is my love interest, who maybe she just looks like Classically Abby, but she had a panel about whoa. No, this had to be some weird joke. I opened it and it was a simple email, only a few words written out. You never answered. Yes or no, Strange. Wait, so Abby Classic has clawed her way out of the dream realm and is now real and actually trying to marry me? Swear to God, y'all better not send emails to my business email from Abby Classic. I think I might vomit. I backed up from the computer. The dream version of her was emailing me. Was I still dreaming? Was I going to do the waking up twice cliche? Yep, I woke up from that and was breathing heavily. This time I was in fact alone in my place. No talking Thursday, and no weird dream email, and no Cindy as a roommate. I needed to make this video now, so hopefully I can be done with this situation forever. Weirdly enough, the dream was kind of nice in some aspects. I laughed at myself. Don't you start. I shook my head. I called up my girlfriend and she picked up, confused as to why I was calling. Who calls anymore? Me, bitch? I call my girlfriend all the time. She lives 3 hours away in a plague. What else am I supposed to do? Cry? Anyway, so I call her even though who calls anymore? And I'm like, let me tell you about this dream I had. The end. Well, that ruined me in a lot of ways. I'm just sitting here like, wow, who am I? What is real? When will I receive an email from my dream soulmate, Abby Classic? I'm never reading fan fiction about myself again, but this also might be one of those situations where I'm like, I would never read Onision's book, or I would never make a long Furby, and then my time on YouTube just turns me into a progressively more incomprehensible person. I don't even have words. I don't even have a coherent thought to tell you anymore. No thoughts, head empty. I'm just gonna wrap myself up in my snake. This is my comfort snake, and I'm going to sit here and breathe heavily for a number of hours, I think.